So let's get a start demo first. So this is one of the series where actually we implement authentication and authorization using identity scaffolding. So you can see over here, there is a many option once I log in. So if it is login successful, so there is option we can update profile. Also we can use that manage your emails, and so set up your password, new password if you forget and all. And also you can enable two authentication, two factor authentication, also personal data over you can download. So many option actually provide with this identity provider, which is we can create using scaffolding without any effort and all. And also there is option, if you see all the pages also allow to access, but once you log out, so it will redirect to that login page. Now see, this is also authenticated. If you click on the home page, so you are not able to get that home page because we require to log in. And also counter page, as of now we just leave it without it. This is not authentication pages, so that's why I leave it. So this page allow to everyone anonymous authentication, so that's why it's login. But yeah, but other page, see, the other page we are not able to and if you don't have a password on a username, so what you can do, you can also able to register a new user. So let me register first, for example, demo at the rate gmail.com, make it password demo at the rate 123, demo at the rate 123. And once you registered, now see, it is uppercase and lowercase, so those password also you have to maintain. So for example, let me create a demo 123, demo 123, and register. So now see, it is register. And once you register, it's actually required to confirm your email. So as of now, as a development perspective, it is allowed to over here. Once you click, so it is confirm also. And once you log in, now just try to log in whatever we have to create it. So let me create that demo at the rate 123 and log in. Now see, you are able to log in, and you also get this page, right? And also if you see, once you log in, your login data over here, like whatever user it have been login, and also it is maintaining your cookies. So those are things will be implement in this session with using identity scaffolding in existing application, Blazor application. So well, let's get start implementation. So before implementation, I'm especially recommend, if you new to Blazor application, so what are the Blazor application, how we can implement and all and all. So you can go to my channel, and here actually many things actually we have created for from the scratch of the Blazor, right? So you can just go through and check out that Blazor series. And first you have to learn like many things we have to cover on the Blazor, right? So yeah, so moving forward to implementation, what I need to do simply, so let me create a new application, open a Visual Studio and create new project and choose a Blazor template. So I'm looking for a Blazor template, so Blazor. Once you search, so definitely you will get these options. So I'll choose that Blazor web app. Next, and we can make a name, like for example, identity scaffolding template, right? So with authentication authorization and choose next. Now I can choose .NET 8, not I'm going to .NET 8, .NET 9. So yeah, it is available also .NET 8, and make it none, authentication type is none, and server is the interactive server is server, and just leave it the default settings. Create. Now once is create, so it is a default template provided by the Blazor server application, right? So it's have a program.cs file and components which have layout and pages. So everything actually I explained in my previous session, like in Blazor series, so you can go to check and check out. So what I need to do first, let me show you while run it is working fine or not. So we can make sure first, okay, whatever default template we have created, okay, now it's have a default template provide like home component, counter component, and weather forecast component, right? So for example, this is your existing application, right? So that's why I just created, and here I can create an authentication and authorization using a scaffolding. So that is actually purpose in this session, how we can use that existing application. So first of all, what I need to do, I can show you. uh, Let me add this repository and git, so that actually I'll show you that comparison as well, right? If what I add in that scaffolding template, so after that what are the changes actually by default they provided, right? So make it that pro actually this is a repository, make it a public, and identity scaffolding template, Blazor, right? So make it a Blazor, and let me create and push. So yeah, now it's push, and if you see changes, there is a no changes, right? So yeah, it's trying to push in our git repository. So yeah, that's done. So now once it's done, what I need to do, I have to add that scaffolding identity, right? So how we can do that? So before that, we have to actually, one thing I want to tell you, like, see, I'm using Visual Studio preview version, right? Like this is a preview. So if we good, if we have a if we have a preview version that actually allow to over here, but yeah, I haven't checked that without preview version, so that you can check if it is working. That is fine. If it is not working, so definitely you have to use that preview version of Visual Studio. So what I need to do, but yeah, I also we have check out that Microsoft document, they are actually allowed to CLI also, so you can use that CLI in later on we can create that. So what I need to do, simply right click on that project file, click on add, and you are able to see this is a new options, right? New scaffolding item. Click on that new scaffolding item and choose that identity. So once you choose the identity, you are able to see these options, right? And this template actually. So what you need to do, select that, add this one. Once you add, you are able to see another pop-up. Actually here they required some information, right? So first they required actually db context class. So if your application has db context, so definitely it will populate it over here, you can choose that. But yeah, as of now I don't have, so what I need to do, simply click on add, and I can create my db context class. So let me create identity scaffolding db context, right? And let me add, and also you can choose it your provider. So there is a two option only provide, they like a SQL server and SQLite. So I'll use the SQL server, and this is additionally, actually this is optional. So if you want to create a one another class, which actually you, if you want to modify your identity, for example, it will give the default identity, right? User identity, which have some default field. But if you want to add additional field, so that you can use that things, yeah. So what I will do, I'll just simply add over here so that you can use it, and add. So once you add, it will take some dependency and all, they will create it, so it will take some time. Once it's done, let me see. Yeah, it is done, and also see there's some changes over there. Let me build first, right click on that, rebuild. So it's build succeed also. Now I want to show you actually what happened, like after this adding this new scaffolding, right? So go to that GitHub changes, and here you are able to see over here, see there's what are the actually they added. So they added actually this account folder also, they added the layout, and what are the changes, yeah, these are also changes, right? So they added actually this account and the pages, this all that you know by default uh, component they actually created, like change password created, delete personal data created, disable two factor this email and all, they see many things actually they have to create it, right? And also what they happen, they also created the shared folder, these are also component they have to create. And these also just settings all they have to create, like extension method, no identity, no option, email sender, right? So many things they have to create it. And what are the changes actually they happen in this nav menu, let me show you. Once I double click on that, see they added this navigation things over here, and also they added some authorization view. Inside the authorization view they actually add some navigation menu, so that if it is a navigation once it's enabled, once you authorize, right? So that kind of things actually they have to add it by default, right? And if you go to here, right, router.trezor file, if you go to see, previously it was simply that router view, yeah, but here what happened, like they add some shared folder, and in this shared folder they actually added some component authorized router view. And in this author router view, if it is not authorized, so what will happen, it will redirect to your login page. So something actually they add for your authentication, right? And if you go back, something else, let me check. Yeah, most of things is fine, but yeah, if you go back to that project, what are the dependency they actually added, that I want to show you. See, they add entity framework, identity UI, SQL Server, and tools package, and also they added the design package, right? So those are things they added. And one last thing I want to show you, that program.cs file. Now see what they actually added in this program.cs file. See, there's a reference they actually added, the account authorization, identity, and entity framework. And also see, there's a many things they have added, like some dependency actually, that identity accessor, identity redirector, authorization state provider, and also they added that identity cookies and all, so that once you log in, the cookies will be stored in our cookies, application cookies. And what else over here? Now see, here also they added our db context, whatever db context actually generated, and they are actually added these settings. Like for example, I'll show you here, entity framework and identity user, as well as default property provider, and email sender also they actually edit, right? So those are things actually they are modified, right? And if I go to solution over here, I'll show you, like see, if you go to that component account, right, see, so those are things actually they are newly created, like pages. If you see all the pages, and shared, also shared component, and there's an R, right? So what I need to do simply, uh, we have to migrate. Actually, why we have to migrate? Because we have to create this data, right? This identity, uh, identity DB context. Actually, they have to create it. Let me bring back over here. So this actually identity created. So once we have to migrate, then whatever tables and all, like whatever default identity rights, whatever tables, they will create it. So let me first like now migrate. So there is a two way. If you double click on that connect service, you can directly over here add migration and update migration, you can do that. And that other way, actually you can go to that package console. Here you can just simply find, actually uh, simply fire the command. And one more thing, actually to do that, if you want to auto migration, so definitely I especially recommend, you have to go to my channel. Yeah, this one, ef core migration.net core web api. So similar, actually we can use that over here as well. So once once you can do that, you can able to easily auto migration, right? So before migration, what I need to do, go to your application.json file. Here actually you have to just change your connection string, whatever we have in our local, right? For my setting, actually for my system configuration, what I need to do, simply I just edit my configuration over here. So simply data source would be our uh, our current local system, and then we can add our db name, like for example, scaffolding identity, right? Identity db. And rest of things I think fine, we have to go to migrate. So what I need to go to our go to your tools, and here you can just NuGet package and package manager console, and go to over here. And what I need to do, simply add migration. So a migration is, for example, my first migration of identity, right? Let me add this guy. So it is succeed. Once it succeed, what you can do, you can go to your application and see over here migrations. And if you open this migration, there is a all the tables actually the table schema has been created, right? Those table actually the schema has been created, but still it is not updated in our DB. So what I need to do for update my DB, go to again that package console, and here we have to have to fire one more command, update database, right? So this is update database, this is second command. Once you update, so those are table actually or schema will be inserted in our DB. So yeah, this is done. Now what I need to do, simply I have to open the SQL Server Management Studio, which we have installed already in my machine, and let me connect with that whatever we setting we provided. So go to the database, and here we add this is our DB, right? So if you open this guy, open the tables, you are able to see these are table actually they have to create it, right? So all the table by default provided by identity server. So these are roles, entity role, net roles, net user, claims, logins, all the information. So as of now, if I'll show you for one things over here, for that user table. So where is our user table? This is my user table. So let me filter that guy from this. And once you filter, so here all the columns over here, but yeah, there's a mechanism also we can modify our columns, like we can custom authentication authorization we can do. Like for example, we have as of now this predefined column size. If you require more columns over there for this user entity, so definitely we can custom. So that we'll do in our upcoming session. And now what I need to do, simply go back your application, and here what I will do, simply run my application. Now it is running, right? And see the two things actually they newly add, right? Registered and login, right? But see here is a one thing actually missing. They add all the component and all, but they have not set actually which component actually we have to authenticate or not. That actually we have to do forcefully, right? See, as of now, without login, all that component we can allow to access, right? So that is actually we have to prevent, like how we can do that. So before that, what I need to do, simply first I need to register, because as of now we don't have any user, right? So first let me add one user. So let me add this user kkp, and make it a password, for example, and registered. So once you register, definitely it will go give me one confirmation. So you have to just confirm in locally. So let me confirm mail. And once you confirm and go back to your here, you can get your information, right? And also your password is not visible because it is a hash password. So it is a some algorithm we have to add it, not we have to add it, but yeah, that identity server actually they managing. So you are able to all the information along with the password, right? And what I need to do now next, now I have to register. So go to login, let me log in this guy, and login. Once you log in, now see, once you log in, automatically redirect your main page. But here also you are able to see these things like logout button automatically appearing, and also which login actually it is logged in, right? So that user information also provide over here. If you click this here, so automatically log out. So what I need to do next, like we have to add, I'll show you in the demo, like we have to add what login user I can show over here. That things we have to do. Also we can prevent like which component you want to authorize. Like if it is login, after that component should be visible, neither it should be redirect to that page, right? So that two things actually we have to done. So let me log out first, right? So let me log out first, and now what I need to do, go back to your application. And first of all, what I can do, go to my component, and where is my main component? It is pages. Inside this pages, for example, I want to restrict this home component, right? So let me restrict this home component. There's a two way actually we can do that. Either your component contain, you can just prevent, like using that here authorize, this authorize view. right? Inside this authorized view, if you want to whatever authorize, right? So let me authorize inside that. And if you skip this guy over here, so once without login, right? So as of now, if it is not login, so this content you are not able to see. Like for example, I'll show you. See, as of now uh, content has been gone, right? But if you redirect, so this page will be available, right? So that also we can prevent, like, okay, if this page also should not be visible till you haven't logged in, right? So that also we can do that. But yeah, this demonstration perspective I will show you, like there's a way actually. So here, and also inside that, we have another things actually that I can show you. For example, authorize, right? So there's another component authorize. So inside this authorize, if it is authorized, so then I want to show these things. And if it is not authorized, so then what I want to show, not authorized, right? So there's another component inside that not authorized. So what I will show you, you are not authorized for this content, right? Please logged in with a user, valid user, right? Valid user. So once I save, go back to your here. Now see, you're able to see this unauthorized, right? So now if I click that login, and if I logged in whatever user we have created, right? So let me add admin or whatever password we provided, right? So this is my password provided. If I log in, now see, if I log in, so now I'm able to see that information, right? So this is a one way. Another way actually I'll show you for this weather forecast. Suppose if I click this weather forecast, if it is not logged in user, so it should not be visible. It should be redirect to our login page. First we have to log in, and then we have to, once log in, then we have to show. So that part also I want to show you. So go back to your uh, weather forecast page. Here what I need to do, simply I have to add uh, one attribute that is called attribute, right? And in this attribute section we can add authorize, right? Authorize filter and bring back that namespace. So yeah, it is a namespace. Once you add this guy, so now if you go back to here, right? So now it is login, right? So once you log out, it is login. That's why you are able to see. Once I log out, right? So once I click that weather forecast, see, it is showing as a weather. You just clicking the URL redirect your weather component, but what is showing over here, you are not actually able to see that page because you are not authorized user, right? So other parts actually if you click, you are able to see. And this will also you are not able to see because this is also we have set authorized one. So like this way actually you can authenticate. So what I need to do, simply if I click or if I add that user, for example, what were the my password. So this is my password, login. Once I log in, now you're able to see all the pages, right? So this is way actually you can authentication and authorization in Blazor application with using scaffolding identity, right? So now this is done. And one more thing actually I want to show you, the username also appearing on here, right? And yeah, that I can do that. Like it's simple step, go to your layout pages, go to that main layout pages. Inside this style, what I need to do, I have to add that name, right? So uh, how we can add it, simply again you have to use that component authorize view, right? And inside this authorize contacts at the red contacts, and then user dot identity, right? This guy, and then name, right? If it is null, then it should not be issue. So we can make it like this way. Once you save it, right? See, this context only work in authorized view. Outside this authorized view it will not work, because once you log in, then you are able to get this identity, right? So that's why actually we have to add that authorized view. Once I save and go back, now see, you're able to see those things. And other things also I missed to forget, I do, that is actually, if you click that, this page, so many others component also have, like if you want to update your phone number and all, you can update over here. For example, this is my phone number, just update. Email, you can update. Password also, you can create a new password. Two-factor authentication also, you can do that. Personal data also, you can do that. Like many things actually you can implement over here, right? And one more thing actually, we have to do in upcoming session, like see, this is authentication has been done, right? But authorization is still missing, right? See, once I log in, any user I log in, I can able to all the pages, but it should be, in real world example, like some pages should have access only the admin user, should have access another component for that, HR level or other user, right? So that is authorization part, so that we'll do in our upcoming session. So till now, thank you, have a nice day, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share.